well, not just the community agreement thing. No, the idea of us being one team. Trust.
Yeah, that whole thing. That's not.
No.
No. Why, well, let me ask, why do you think they're doing it? We're a little past 3. How are you for time?
I'm fine.
You tried? Okay.
We got until 3:30.
We do?
Oh. Yes.
Okay. Why do you think they're doing it, and why do you think it's not working?
I think they're doing it because bridges have been burned.
What bridges were burned?
So, for example, every year they go through this process of, we're a team, let's go, we're going to be, we're going to do great. We're going to leave room for improvement. We're going to acknowledge when we're growing. We're not penalizing, all of those things.
Right.
Each year it starts off this way. And then by mid-year, you have administration who has added things onto your plate that you could never possibly complete because you don't have space in the schedule they created for you to do it.
Okay.
And so you're fighting for work-life balance, and it's as if they're totally oblivious to it. And so you no longer trust this person who has set you up in a way that you can never meet the expectation. And so they do this each year. And I'm like, why do y'all keep doing this? I'm not upset with you for it, because unlike a lot of my colleagues, if you ask me to do something and I don't feel like it fits on my plate, I tell you no immediately to your face. Right. No, I'm not going to be able to do that. Right. So we're going to have to come up with another way to get it done, but I'm not going to be able to do that. But everyone is not like me. Mm-hmm. Everybody is not in a position where they're like, I can say no here.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not Laura, but I am absolutely going to be okay. Right. If anything changes for me.
Right. Right.
That's the freedom of debt-free living. That's the freedom of it. So I get why folks are like, trust, are you like, that's no. You know what I mean? Especially people who've been here for 3 or more years.
So it's it's mostly tension between, I mean, you've maybe said this and I'm just slow to pick it up, but it seems like it's mostly tension between all the people and the administration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so for administration, they keep trying to come up with different ways to reinvent the relationship, which is really weird because I see things that's going on at work the same way I would see it, between a husband and a wife or parents and their kids or friends. I see it the same way. How many times do you think somebody is going to put up with you burning them?
Wow. God, I'll tell you though, you don't see it. I don't see the tension in the meetings, and I don't think I'm bad.
They're very professional.
Yeah.
And good-natured people.
Very much. Like in my work, I'm at College of Education, there's a lot of tension, and people, you go into one of our Zoom meetings and you can feel it. It's like coming out of the screen. Everyone's mad at each other. You don't see that there. It's so interesting.
Yeah, no. Nope. But that's also a little bit of working with people who are accustomed to hiding. Like if you think about a teacher and how much of a facade they actually wear when they step into a classroom, they're some great actors. They are on stage, they're lit for performance. That is what you're getting. I know for people like Sonia, she doesn't have that, which is, when you're seeing her, you're seeing such an authentic version of her.
I like her.
So freaking refreshing. I'm like, oh, this is so great. I'm just watching Sonia smiling because I know for the rest of us, we know how to be guarded. Oh. We know how to smile and cheer. And, we're the people that if a kid finally is able to write their letters in the right direction, we're like, we're these people, right? So you can't really base how we feel or what's going on by looking at, and I said this to you before, by looking at what is being done on the surface. So when one of those teachers are shouting out another teacher for helping them, that has to do with the isolation of their situation, right? Because that's the only person they're able to shout out in those situations. They are really isolated. And we don't have the capacity or the time to hop into each other's Zooms, right? Yeah.
Okay. You just, my rose-colored glasses are like in the corner stomped on right now.
No, they should not be.
No. I know, but it's
because I think the one thing that you should definitely be pulling away from this is, and they keep coming back.
The
and
teachers.
They continue to try.
Yeah.
And they continue to go.
Yeah.
And they continue to smile and put their best foot forward.
Amazing. Yeah.
Now, what is that?
Yeah.
Right? What is that? That's why they continue to let administration try again. They continue to communicate with them and say, no, listen, this is what we need. Even though they've said it 300 times, they continue to do it. And so that is, I think, the most beautiful thing about Building 21 is that staff. Sorry, those kids they're nice kids, but no, they're not it. That staff is the most amazing group of people, the most giving and committed group of people I've ever seen in my life. And this is beyond mastery. Mastery, they paid for it. Right?
Why do you think these people have come to Building 21? How have they been able to keep these kind of people? Because I agree with you. They're amazing.
Laura.
That's
it. There's no other. Every last one of them will tell you, and every last one of them will tell you how angry they are that she is not the head of that school. Laura. So when they came to Building 21, they came to buy into Laura. As a person or her vision? Her vision and her. And so her absence, and this is something I don't think she truly understands, her absence made at least 4 of the 8 teachers who left the second year I was there leave. They left because she left.
Okay.
So, and these were phenomenal teachers too. They left because she left.
All right. Now I want to ask you some school climate, like discipline-y questions. How would you describe Building 21's approach to dealing with like student behavior and, when rules are rules and when they're broken and how kids are supposed to act, all that. Why are you laughing?
Because you said when rules are rules and that's not a thing at Building 21.
Okay, so tell me about that.
There are no hard, fast rules. There is a kid, there is an action, and there is a reflection. That is what Building 21 does. There's a kid, there's an action, there's a reflection. Unless the action breaks the district rules in a way that we can't just manage it with reflection, then that kid, we don't have a choice, right? We have to do the procedure that the district requires. But if we can hide it, cover it, whatever it is, in order to hold on to that kid and continue to be there for that kid, that's what Building 21 does.
What do you think about that?
I think that's exactly what you're supposed to do for kids.
So you're
just imagine if you were judged by your worst actions. Right. And so the only difference between us and the kids is that they still have time to become, right? And so they deserve more grace because they're in the becoming stage. So, yeah.
So do you feel good about that approach?
I think I think